And let's talk about the Pussycat Dolls. So you already heard that the Pussycat Dolls, what they call that, blue fever, a blue dot fever. They succumbed to it, which is basically they couldn't sell no damn tickets on their arena tour, which we knew was very much overly ambitious of them. And it's nice that Nicole has recognized this or acknowledges. I wish the people that was a part of the team would have been like, sis, do you kind of think you aiming high? Especially when you've never really headlined an American tour, let alone an arena tour. Like they've never really done that. And to me, I always felt that y'all should have went the Danity Kane route, which was Danity Kane. They did small venues like Webster Hall and things like that for a couple of shows. Just I guess get the feelers out, see how people felt about them. Even Kylie Minogue was smart, where she's huge overseas, but is not necessarily big here. And when she did her For Me For You tour, back in what was it, like 2001 or something, I can't remember, 2010 or something. She did small venues. She did the Hammerstein. I remember it like it was yesterday because I went twice. So because she did 2 nights there, so of course I had to get tickets. So so she came here. She was like, "I'm gonna downsize my big old arena tour." This was, I think, the era of Aphrodite, because remember Aphrodite had like the water section, which I was like, "That's insane that y'all actually had that for a tour." It would have been nice if they could do that in other places, but overseas she had like a water section, so it was like water was coming down, and it was very much like the old school, like 40s and 50s, where they had the women dancing and swimming in the water and stuff. So she kind of had that whole vibe. And when she brought it to America, she downsized. So she brought a couple of the props over in the costumes, of course, but she downsized because it was like, I can't give you all that same show that I had over there. Luckily, I had the DVD where I could watch the actual Aphrodite tour, but for the most part, I didn't mind a scaled down version. I still felt like I got my life. I got to see Kylie. It was great. It'd have been nice if PCD would have had that idea, but I feel like a lot of y'all, particularly Nicole, and by a lot of y'all, I will say Nicole, her ego got the best of her, and now she's come to the realization that yeah, they don't have it, meaning that they overestimated the demand, and yeah, nobody cared to see them out here on a tour. So Nicole finally got 2 out of the 6 Pussycat Dolls back together, only to watch most of the reunion tour collapse before it even began. Now, after the group axed nearly all of its North American dates following weak ticket sales, the singer is reportedly disappointed. So, Nicole Scherzinger has mixed emotions about the PCD about the Pussycat Dolls being forced to cancel all but one date on the U.S. leg of their PCD Forever tour, which I was told that was one of the reasons why I was late, because I was talking to a friend of mine who just told me they're doing the premiere of RuPaul's Stop That Train, and was talking to me about how they're doing, or that they was talking about the event or what was going on over at what was it, LA Pride. So that's what they're actually over there going to be doing. And I was like, yeah, of course they're not going to cancel, because the gays will show up to an envelope opening as long as you put on some spandex and you got give some good hairography. You got the Beyonce diva fans going. As long as they entertain, they don't care. They'll be drunk. They'll be up in there twerking with no ass, living for 3 out of the 6 Pussycat Dolls. So they said Nicole is disappointed. This is what a source told Us Weekly. She was really excited to get back out there with Ashley Roberts and Kimberly Wyatt to celebrate a new era, but now she feels they didn't get a chance to showcase what they can do. The insider acknowledges that the recently reunited girl group has been too ambitious in planning their first tour since 2009's Doll Domination, resulting in low ticket sales. They said they went from not touring for over 15 years to booking big arenas like, of course, my home, Madison Square Garden, with only one new song to back it. Which, looking at that, I'm like, are y'all crazy? You didn't even release an album. Y'all didn't even get in the studio and release new music. Like, how you gonna give us one song? I don't even know how well the song did. It was all right. It sounded like your typical Pussycat Doll song, but you can't go disappear for damn near 15 years. Then I'm gonna release a new song. Then you're only gonna come out with 3 out of the 6 girls, and then expect we're gonna go and sell out arenas. No, because I remember I told y'all there's a girl I work with, a trans girl that I work with. It was like the first tour they ever went to was Pussycat Dolls was the opening act. and it was the Christina Aguilera Back to Basics tour. I believe I forget who was the other group that I said that they had with them. I think it was I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But Pussycat Dolls was one of the girl groups that opened up for them, and was talking about how I think it was Dan. It might have been Danity Kane, but so they opened up, and that's all they've pretty much done in the United States, which is they've been an opening act. They've never like headlined their own show, and like that's why I said before, you could be as excited as you want, but you also have to be realistic and realize and test the. That you should have tested the waters. Me, I'm very secure as a person. Where I'd be like, you know what? Let's test the waters. Let's do a couple of dates at smaller venues. From what I was told before, Hillary Duff did that. Hillary Duff went and wanted to test the waters to see is there an audience that still would want to see her get out there and sing them old songs and the new songs off her album. And she went out there, did her little small dates. Yes, the demand clearly was there, which prompted her to set up arena dates. She's doing 2 nights at Madison Square Garden. I don't know when. It might be next month or July. Who knows? I can't keep track. But because my it's pretty busy. I've been pretty busy. So that's what you should have did. Test the waters first. To me, that's not a blow to your ego. That's just dipping your toe in to see like how people feeling about it. What's the reception? But no, we're just gonna go and we're gonna go big or go home. Yeah, now you went home with your tail between your legs, and now your ego's bruised. Because I'm like, club song. I was like, okay, it's all right. I'm sure we'll probably get better bops regarding the club music from Confessions 2 over what it is y'all giving. So they also went and said that yeah, they're referencing the song Club Song, which they released in March, but have yet and they haven't even performed the song live. So we haven't seen y'all make appearances or any talk shows. I don't even think The View does excuse me, performances anymore. But you didn't go on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or any of these other shows and perform the new single, which is what y'all should have been doing. But no, you're doing daytime talk shows. You're doing fucking the Today Show. And to me, it's like y'all just sitting there where you see Nicole's brain malfunctioning when she gets asked a question that wasn't on script. In that point, you should have just been going to other places to get the word out there in regards to the tour and performing the new single. Like, where was that? I just feel like whoever y'all team was, whoever you have in the background of your team, they dropped the ball on what it is that they should have been doing for y'all. And it's unfortunate that this is what like the reality that had to hit you in order for you to realize that yeah, these people don't see it for y'all out here. Well, at least in America they don't. Look, for Lopez had to get that harsh reality, even though I think y'all are way more talented than Hannah Lopez, but still. Now, Scherzer's disappointment has not gotten in the way of rehearsals for the only remaining American show at the Out Loud Music Fest in West Hollywood on June 6th. The front woman, who's 47, posted a video via Instagram on Tuesday, May 12th, of herself, Roberts, 44, and Wyatt, also 44, running through choreography for the Pride weekend performance before they launched their international tour in September, saying Nicole is trying to look on the bright side because the dolls are still proceeding with their European dates, which she's beyond excited about, but it's hard not to feel defeated. This is what the insider tells us. She's been through this before. Her solo album, Her Name is Nicole, was shelved in 2007. Well, she did like that album, though. What became of it? But he said the Dolls also had to cancel their last reunion tour in 2020, and she has a ton of other music that she never got to put out. It's been a tough road for Nicole despite her other successes, but she's grateful for the continuous love from across the pond. Now, while the Pussycat Dolls have called off 32 shows, they believe fan videos for the remaining 21 dates could draw interest for a second chance in America. She said Nicole's hopeful the dolls can figure out something else in the US after people see the show they're putting together for Europe, which is going to be very special. Well, you know what? Maybe that would have been a good idea. Maybe you should have did Europe first because they love you over in Europe. Like they're real pop. Pussycat, it don't matter. They could be just two of the members. It could be Nicole and Kimberly, and they would still and a bunch of damn backup dancers, and they'll still support them. But once they put the show together, once people see the pomp and circumstance, the spectacle, and everything, maybe there will be a demand for the Pussycat Dolls to come back to America. Maybe people are just skeptical because they need to see how it looks in somewhere else for them to want to get the idea of wanting to see it. But I think what you need to do is don't do the thing you did before, meaning don't set dates for arenas. Do small venues in America. Once you start seeing the demand is there, then the next time y'all come around and you properly put out a new album and things of that nature, then you can do you know, arena dates. Like book the Infosys Theater in the Garden. That's our smaller theater that we have when you can't get the arena. We have the Emphasis Theater. So do that. You can fit 5,000 people in there. So um if she did something like that, I feel like that would be even better than trying to do the whole, you know, the big arena tour, which I think would be good to have. I mean, it'd be great to have an arena tour, but you haven't proven yourselves that y'all can even do that. And it's hard out here, especially when y'all was out here charging ridiculous prices. You can't do like three of y'all and be charging people 100, well, not even 100. Y'all were charging people damn near $1,000. Y'all were charging people Lady Gaga prices or Madonna prices or Beyonce prices for a ticket. And y'all know how expensive them damn tickets are. So yeah, I wouldn't be and it's getting hard out here. The economy is crazy. People damn near have to sell a fucking kidney in order to, go to a concert or take out a whole loan, which I'm hoping it doesn't do that, but it's also gonna in ways I'm just hoping and praying it doesn't affect my neck of the woods because I work in live entertainment. So shout out to you, Nicole. Shout out to the rest of you girls over there, the Pussycat Dolls. Hopefully y'all can find a way to work it out. And then they go, and then don't even forget about what was it? Jessica Sutter came out and admitted that she's a supporter of Trump, and she believes in a lot of the ideologies of RFK Jr. and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of controversies that surrounds this band this girl group as well. But I definitely want to hear from y'all. What are your theories in regards of why the Pussycat Dolls tickets didn't sell? And she ain't the only one. We hear Zayn Malik, a bunch of them is going through it where they're struggling to sell tickets, or maybe they're using the excuse, they're sick and there's all this other stuff. But yeah, they're going through it as well. So this whole blue dot fever, let's talk about it. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.